Nothing is either good or bad. Any given scenario has both attributes. Hello, Transurfer, and welcome to TransurfingTV. I am Renee Garcia, and this is my video on advantage. I'm pretty certain I already gave one of these talks, but I'm actually going to do a very classical breakdown of the advantage method per Tufte. I'm going to read the specific points and really just give a very thorough explanation of how to use this method, why it works, and why as human beings we actually default to seeing something quote unquote unfortunate in our reality playing out, and we immediately deem it as all negative. So it's a very interesting proposition, and Vadim Zeland says it clearly in the book here, that nothing is either good or bad. Any given scenario has both attributes. So it's very, telling of the human condition that we want to go towards the negative, right? Even oftentimes when something positive happens, we sort of wait for that negative thing to come out of it, or we're skeptical. This is like, waiting for the other shoe to drop sort of mentality, which I'm sure we've all been guilty of. But this is insurance on life. This is insurance on yourself. This is insurance on your endeavors. This is insurance on things that are outside of your control. Once you adopt the advantage method and fully believe in it, right? You are almost insured against ever having a really bad day again. Because if you can't see the advantage or find the advantage in that moment, after a while of practicing this, you will begin to believe that even if you can't see it in that moment, it does absolutely exist. And it will maybe come out in the future, maybe it won't, but even if you don't see it, you'll know it's there, you'll trust it's there, and that's ultimately what has happened for me. So with that, I will read a little bit briefly here and then ask you a few questions about how you use this method, or if you are using this method. So the advantage method. So the first step is to catch yourself at the non-acceptance trigger. Okay, so this is the moment that you have been triggered and you're like, oh shit, something's going down, right? This isn't part of my script. This isn't what I want. This isn't the direction that I want. This wasn't the results that I wanted, etc., etc., etc. So you have to catch yourself. This is where awareness absolutely comes into play. 2, you gotta say, I wake up, I see myself, I see my reality. So the reason that this is valuable is because you aren't allowing that trigger to suck you into the outer screen where you continue to get lost, right? And maybe you get so lost that it takes you a while for you to come out of it. So if you can recognize the trigger, recognize when something's not going in the way that you intended, and then wake up. I see myself, I see my reality. Commit to trying to maintain that center screen rather than getting sucked into your external screen. 3, ask yourself, what is the advantage in this? So this is the cool thing. With practice, a lot of times you can find the advantage in nearly any situation immediately. For me, I can, and in times that I can't, I know that I'll either realize it later, or ultimately, if I do not ever realize it, that I still trust that there was something there that helped me. Okay, so try to see the advantage in that specific moment. 4, if an answer comes to you, accept it and take the advantage. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is you seeing it and then really being like, okay, I'm going to go with this rather than I'm going to go with negative thinking, inner screen, outer screen, losing myself awareness, getting sucked away from my intentions, getting wrapped up, going into an induced transition, etc. 5, if no answer comes to you, try to accept the idea of advantage anyway. So what I do here is I simply recall times in the past where something was going down, I couldn't see the advantage, and then later it presented itself to me and I was like, oh man, okay, I should have just assumed that it was there to begin with, because then maybe I wouldn't have gone into an induced transition, etc. So this is trusting your world. This is letting your world show you the answer when it presents it to you via outer intention. And this really does help me stay on a steady path, because nothing now can truly rattle me. I can get rattled for a moment, but as soon as I wake up, I see myself, I see my reality. What's the advantage in this? If I can't see it in that moment, I trust that it's there and I simply move on. Every event or situation, whatever its nature, has a positive side and a negative side. So this is unbelievably fascinating. If you want to break this down from a perspective of the alternative space, the limitless nature of the alternative space, the fact that there is a variation of any possibility, an infinite variety of variations of any possibility. You are, if you can adopt this and say any situation holds both positive and negative attributes, this, you can really move into a place of non-dualistic thinking where bad stuff, quote unquote bad stuff, never happens in your layer of reality. And how this is so powerful is this keeps you highlighting a sector of reality where you continue to pull material evidence, information that is in line with a version or a layer of reality that you believe exists, where everything is always working in your favor. This is absolute magic. This is what these reprogramming stickers are about, right? My world is taking care of me. Everything is going according to plan. Things are working out beautifully and continue to do so with ease. This is my insurance policy, 100%. If something quote unquote bad happens, or something against one of my intentions or perceived as against one of my intentions, and I initially respond like that reactive snail, right? I fall back on this. Everything is actually going according to plan. Things are working out beautifully and will continue to do so with ease. So before I wrap this video up, I just want to say that if you look back on your past life, right? All the mistakes you made, all the bad stuff that happened, all the unfortunate events, everything that you could take and pile up into a pile of this was the negative, right? Ultimately, your world was taking care of you because it was leading you in the path that you have gotten to now, which is a place of self-awareness and self-development and figuring things out, and reality's looking better for you. So for me personally, looking back on my past, the times that I was tripping so hard when things weren't going in my direction, or the direction that I wanted them to go at the time, there was absolutely a reason for that, because my world had better plans for me, which ultimately led me here. And now I'm 100 times better off than I was, even if I had realized that intention that I really, really wanted in my past, it didn't work out for me. There was an advantage why it did not. So, are you working with the advantage method? Are you still mistrusting of your world, or are you trusting of your world, and that your world is ultimately sort of pushing you along with the oar of outer intention to where you really are going to connect with a higher version of yourself and become the most optimal you? So I would love to hear your thoughts on this, everyone. And remember, I'm giving these out like candy. Please like this video and comment in the comment section below. I love reality transurfing, and you just might win a stack. Thank you so much for watching my video, everyone. Bye.